name's Duchess, and you're watching Duchess Plays. And today I'm so excited because we're going to be reacting to Garden of Banban Chapter 7 official teaser trailer. But before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below if you're excited for this game to come out. But I am going to go ahead and like the video, like you should definitely like mine, and I'm going to subscribe with post notifications on. That way I'm noted when a new video comes out so I can react to it for you guys. Alright, so if I am going to be pausing this the second time through, so if you do want to watch it, I will link it below in the description. So yeah, let's just watch it. Alright, so then it's just, I'm just going to double check, make sure there's nothing else at the end. No, it just plays the logo. Okay, so I'm going to go back through that again. It looks like we have Sergio, or the surgeon, however you'd like to say that. And I'm going to be pausing it this time. Okay. So, in the beginning of Garden of Banban Chapter 6, this is the room that you see that you end up going into later when you're clicking the clock, because at the bottom it says the time passes very slowly for a parent looking for their missing child. That's how they start every chapter, and you see the differences in the room. And one of the games in Garden of Banban Chapter 6, one of the puzzles, is you have to look in the surgeon's room for 8 lollipops that you complete to go into a room that I believe is where the camera's coming out from or zooming back from. Okay, so now let's take a look at the checkboard on the list. This does change as you look. You see that in the video game it starts out blank and then all of these come up. So let's look. First off, it says protect the queen, which from chapter 4 we know we didn't do because Bitter Giggle got to her and laughed and made her laugh. So all the naughty ones, look like little leeches. They're not actually like little kangaroos, which was at least what I was expecting. I don't know about you guys. And then it says protect the scepter piece. Now, I think in the beginning this said protect the scepter because we didn't know that the scepter was missing a piece in chapter 6 until closer to the end. And then it says hide. We definitely did hide. We did not protect the queen, which is what we were supposed to do in chapter 4. But protect the scepter piece is what the surgeon was supposed to be protecting the scepter this entire time. But when we go up to the scepter and realize that the surgeon, and we have Banban and Bitter Giggle with us, we see that the surgeon was not protecting the scepter, but that the scepter is missing a piece. So that could only mean that the surgeon took the piece to protect it in case any of the naughty ones or Sir Dabadoo, which was like the head naughty one, who's like all powerful, which we'll get into that in a minute, to protect that piece, because that piece might have actually been the piece that holds all the power. The piece I think is just a heart-shaped center, but we don't know if Sergio is protecting the surgeon is protecting the scepter piece or not. So let's keep going. It looks like this is just his regular office. Okay, now I'm gonna pause again. So he has 4 arms, and if you watch Garden of Banban Chapter 6, you see that there are 2 babies that were sitting on a hospital bed in the middle of the room. And they look more like Zolphius than they do the surgeon, because they're both blue and they have really big eyes and just a little mouth, and they're really tiny and they only have 2 legs and no arms and they're round. They almost look like from Rainbow Friends Chapter 2. They look like the Lookies almost, but they have little legs and they're definitely smaller. But the surgeon has 4 arms and each arm has a different tool attached to it. So on this side, which is the only side we see, it looks like it's kind of like tweezers or something you would use to pick up an object. These could also be tweezers, but to me they look a little bit more like scissors, kind of like Edward Scissorhands. And then we will try to find something that we can see the whole body so I can go through it better. But let's keep going. And you see, like, so this over here is kind of, it's like a medical bed shield that they have in offices, so that's how we know we're in the office where we did the puzzle. And then he clicks it, and then we end it. So let's go check the Steam page and see if there's anything else we can see on there. Alright guys, so we are on the Steam page right now, and we're going to take a look at some of the pictures they have there. I rewatched this video. It's the same video on YouTube. But over here, this is, I'm going to enlarge the picture. This is one of the pictures. It's the same thing that you see, except I noticed that his claws, like his scissors, are closed, and I do not remember them closing in the video. Actually, we'll check that in a minute. Over here, this is like in dark picture. I remember almost all of their names. There's just a few that I'm still struggling, so comment down below what it's like a Kitasaurus. I think it's Kitasaurus or something like that. And I think that's the only one that I can't remember is Kitasaurus because it's Tamataki and Talataki. But this one is the one I'm struggling with. I remember the character in the whole battle theme fight, but I think it's Kitasaurus is his name. Or at least that's what I'm going to call him until I know for sure. Comment down below what his name is. But it looks like we have the surgeon, Bittergiggle, Zolphius, Tamataki and Talataki, and then Sir Dabadoo. But Sir Dabadoo seems to kind of be on the side, which is strange because Sir Dabadoo is, I think, going to be the main antagonist in Chapter 7. And we're going to talk about how they skip Chapter 5 in a little while. But these look kind of like church pews to me, or like some kind of sitting area to view like maybe a movie or something. So we get closer and I don't see much change, but it looks like every picture we see Zolphius in, it looks as if that he's singing, or because you see the music notes, and if I check Garden of Banban Chapter 6's page, which I'll do that, I want to see Garden of Banban Chapter 6's page. And I believe there's a fan-made Chapter 5, but I don't know if Chapter 5 has an official page. We were all kind of, at least what I was thinking, is after Chapter 6 came out, I figured they were going to circle back to Chapter 5 and then skip ahead to Chapter 7. But it looks like we're getting Chapter 7 and circling back to 5 another time. So it just looks like an enlightened Bittergiggle is a part of the evil army now. All of them, Talataki and Tamatami's in the evil army, so is Bittergiggle, so is Kitasaurus, and Sir Dadadoo is the leader of the army, but the surgeon is nowhere to be found. But this is a great time to point out all of his tools and how his arms and things. So as you can see here, the scissors, the grabber like I was talking about earlier, and then this looks like a needle syringe kind of thing, and then this kind of looks like a saw maybe, or because it's kind of too jagged to be a needle. I'm not quite sure about that. And then Zolphius was nowhere to be found in the entire Garden of Banban Chapter 6. We do not know what happened, but he was mentioned in one of the papers that you see of the kid that's our kid that is drawing to us. He says that Bambolina says to stay away from Zolphius, and it's Bambolina, which she has a different name that they mentioned in Chapter 6, her like human name, which I can't remember at this moment. But it says Bambolina scared, and then the kids are next to her, and then Zolphius, who they're supposed to stay away from. And Stinger Flynn is also scared in that picture. So Zolphius has something to do with it. So I'm going to go look at Chapter 6's pictures. Okay, so let's watch the trailer for Chapter 6 and see if we can see anything new. It looks like there's a few trailers and a couple pictures. So this is Nab Nab after he's been injected with Javanium. This is one of the jesters. You see a lot of different types of jesters, so I'm wondering if Bittergiggle is not the original jester. This was just an obby. These are all just places you really see. Let's look over. So this is the jester in control. there's Nab and Alina being controlled. They all kind of turned like purple and black, and they glow. Okay, here. This is Sergio's office, and on this table right here, you see the two little kids. There's the just a little cutscene because it's another version of the Jester. The Jesters split themselves in halves, and they were fighting, and then they jumped down. They kick and jump, and they fight and jump down. I'm not sure how important that is, but it does indicate that there are more than one Jester. Here is, I believe this is Tamataki and Talataki. I think I have this mixed up, but because it's dark so I can't see. But their eyes are glowing purple. This is the Kidosaurus, I believe. But in the beginning of chapter 6, you see something jump out at you and it kills you, and it says you E to be reincarnated, of course, because you died. But we never revisit that character, and we never know what it is. We assume it's a naughty one, but it was definitely tall and bigger. So I'm assuming we'll revisit that character soon. That is one of the opal birds. So you've got all of these characters I think we already know. We have no idea what happened to Slow Celine. We didn't see Nab and Alina the whole time until the very end. Queen Balsilia, we are to assume is dead, like dead because everything came out of her pouch and her scepter's missing. But this little part here was not in the scepter. It was just the outside and what she holds the scepter on. So I'm assuming once we find the surgeon, we'll have to look for the middle part of the scepter, which the surgeon will probably be guarding. All right, let's see what this is. Somehow I have a feeling it's going to be a jump scare. Oh no, this is the giant nab spider, like, insane thing. We never actually see this in the game, though. What we see in the game, we don't actually see that scene that they just showed us in the game. Alright, so I think that's everything I wanted to check. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed me reacting to Garden of Banban Chapter 7 teaser trailer, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn post notifications on. That way you're notified when I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, always be a Duchess. Bye!